TIFU by calling an entire table of black men boys. Relevant. I am white. I was just starting to wait tables, and had a table of black men. I had been watching a lot of the show Trailer Park Boys. If you've never seen the show, they call the others in their group boys all the time. How we doing boys, good to see you boys, we gotta do this etc. I was such a fan I started saying some of the things they say because I thought it was funny. Enter table of black men. I go to them, and without really looking or thinking, I say what can I get you to drink, boys? I look up and see who's there and say, aw fuck, I didn't mean it like that. Thankfully after some deer in the headlights staring from me they started laughing. I apologized for any misunderstanding and from then on the experience was great for them, and I made some new regular customers. Not a crazy story, but I was very close to being branded a racist TL. Dr. called a group of black men boys, but thankfully they knew I didn't mean it like that. This is the most American thing I saw today. Didn't even made sense until I read the comment section. You reacted quick and fixed the situation though. Edit. Well, thanks for the votes. For those who don't know, black men who were enslaved in the US were called boy as a way of infantilizing them. It was a word used to purposefully make them feel inferior, and to reinforce their position in society. When I hear the word boy, all I can think of is Kratos from God of War. They most likely did not care. They laughed at the fact you're afraid of seeming racist. Jesus Christ Ricky, that was a close one. You know, somehow I get the feeling you cared a lot more about it than they did. Like, a lot more. Like, I'm saying they probably didn't even think of that connotation. I look up and see who's there and say, aw fuck, I didn't mean it like that. This part, right here, was the fuck up, honestly. I guess this is a locational thing. Around where I am, everyone uses boys as a positive term. Context is everything. What can I get you to drink? Boy, don't ever say that what can I get you boys to drink should be fine unless you are a skinhead. Calling people boys is entirely normal. Nobody would even remotely think that was racist. Calling someone boy could have an authoritarian context, but is a race-neutral term. It was just commonplace to call a subordinate boy in the mid-1900s, white or colored. The real TIFU is apologizing for a non-racist comment in front of a table of black men who had no idea what you were talking about and making everything super awkward and possibly racist. You made this weird by acting weird about it. Nobody would have cared otherwise. This is sad that this is where we are at today. As an Irish person, calling some boy is normal, but I get it has a history in America. Sorry. How is calling someone boys racist? In most situations, the word boy is not a problem. Used to describe a black man, however, the word is troublesome. That's because historically, white people routinely described black men as boys to suggest they weren't on equal footing with them. Both during and after enslavement, black people weren't viewed as full-fledged people but as mentally, physically, and spiritually inferior beings to white people. Calling black men boys was one way to express the racist ideologies of yesteryear. Historically, black men were called boys to emasculate them and refer to them as someone who should shut up, listen up and not be seen. Edit. In America. Edit. Not just in America. Also in colonial Africa. That is 100% wrong, are you serious? Your evidence is a single Reddit user, who quotes a book, and says he has never found that information anywhere else besides said book. Plus, did you even bother to read the other, and higher up, comments that had completely different takes on this? You can't actually be claiming what I think you're claiming. I don't have a theory, I just knew yours was ridiculous. You did ask to be corrected. So if a group of customers come in and some are white and some are black and you say, hi boys, what can I get you? Would you feel the need to segregate an apology to the black contingent but be cool with still referring to the white portion as boys? This is by far the most ridiculous thing I've read today. I would genuinely be ashamed if I was behind this post. Usually in the context where it's plural it sounds totally fine. Like I might walk into a room and say to my fiends, what's going on boys? While I know the history of the negative meaning behind calling someone boy in this context, it's no different than saying what can I get you to drink, guys? I feel like we shouldn't be so afraid of what we say when not used in a derogatory manner. I bet if you wouldn't have even thought of it and paused and made a face, they might not even have noticed. While some words might be permanently scarred, most words change their meaning drastically throughout history. It's all about what do we want them to mean. No, you obviously were not saying it to impersonate a slave owner from the 1750s, and we are living in a world stupid beyond repair that if you are guilty of committing some racial fuck-up by innocently greeting with what can I get you to drink, boys? To a group of guys you are serving. You say 1750s as if the term wasn't used frequently during segregation in the 1960s. By the way, it's still used disparagingly today in the South. This screams, Marika, to me, to be honest. Didn't know what was going on as a European. From a black person's perspective, how do you know who is who until they make their intentions clear? Please don't victimize us like that, it's really annoying and patronizing. Any well-adjusted, functioning human being can figure out for themselves what a person's intentions are with a comment like that. No need for the infantilizing, thank you very much. And take a chill pill.